my name is Jade Gorrell, and today I will explain the importance of overturning the ban on horse slaughter. Reopening the slaughterhouses will fix a lot of issues that have arisen since the ban was implemented. The ban on horse slaughter has caused an overabundance of unwanted horses. It has also caused the horse market to drop drastically, and the ban has caused thousands of horses to be neglected and starved to death because the owners have no way of caring for them. Too many unwanted horses, and there's nowhere to go with them. People will end up turning their horses out on the range because they don't have the money or the feed or the time to care for the horses, and they expect the horses to be able to care for themselves out on the ranges. With all the wild horses out there already, the geldings will end up killing the horses or scaring them off away from the herd so then they're on their own. There are facilities that take in unwanted horses and care for them, but the facilities are already consumed with the over amount of horses. Euthanizing the horses is very expensive, and if they don't have the money or resources to care for the animals to begin with, it's going to be very hard to euthanize them. There are wild horses already out on the ranges, which has caused a lot of issues with the BLM officials and other government officials because the wild horses will damage the land and eat away the feed that's there for the deer and all the other wildlife. With the overabundance of horses, the horse market has dropped. With having so many horses in the market, it's caused the market to drop because people are unable to sell a good horse for the price it's worth because there's so many of them, and with them, you can't put a price on a good horse. Horse owners make a living off of buying and selling horses, and if they can't buy a horse that's worth anything, there's no point in making or doing it. You can't make any money. The breeders haven't stopped breeding their horses because it's their way of making a living, and that's the reason why there's so many horses is because you can't kill a horse now because of the ban and get rid of all the unwanted horses. The economy is already bad, so it's hard for them to make a living when a horse is not worth what it's actually worth. So horses will end up starving because the owners can't make enough money to take care of them, or they'll turn them out on the open lands and expect them to take care of themselves. They can't sell them to anybody because no one has the money to buy them, or they're not worth the money that they are trying to sell them for. The ban hasn't only affected the horse market, but the percentage of neglect and abuse to horses has gone up a lot. You can see neglect in horses when they are losing weight and they don't have the proper nutrition, and their coats will be unhealthy. They could be dehydrated. Their shelter isn't very good. They don't have veterinary care. They get diseases and injuries. The shelters isn't very good. Deworming and farrier care, which is taking care of the feet, which is very important for horses. Abuse is people don't care. They can't take care of them, so they're out on their own and can't take care of themselves. Taking the unwanted horses and killing them for meat is actually it could be a very important cause, and it could help a lot of things, such as all the people like in Africa or the people that are in desperate need of food. They could take this horse meat and use it to feed them. Most people in America don't think that it's right to eat horse meat, and so most people are against it. But for the people that need the feed or need the food to take care of themselves, it would be very beneficial. Also, it's no different than a child taking a 4-H animal, taking a pig or a lamb or a beef cow. Something like that is no different because they raise that animal, they become a companion with that animal, and then they sell it and for feed. It's part of the process, and it's something that everyone needs to understand. It's it's no different than people going to McDonald's and buying a Big Mac or something because they're still eating that. It could be that little kid's animal. We need to put these unwanted horses to good rather than letting them go out on the ranges or in someone's pasture dying and rotting to death, pretty much. Slaughterhouses, I believe, need to be reopened to maintain the number of unwanted horses and help rebuild the horse industry. We need to put the meat from unwanted horses to good. Use it to help feed the people who are in desperate need for food rather than letting them die on their own from starvation or dehydration.